What does a rock opera and Nikolai Tesla have in common? Well, you're going to find out on St. Louis in Tune today. Welcome to St. Louis in Tune, and thank you for joining us for fresh perspectives on issues and events with experts, community leaders, and everyday people who make a difference in shaping our society and world. I'm Arnold Stricker, along with co-host Mark Langston. Mark, we're going to light it up today.
Yeah, let's do it.
Absolutely, light it up. We are going to do that. We're glad that you joined us today, folks. We want to thank our sponsor, Better Rate Mortgage, for their support of the show. You can listen to previous shows at stlintune.com, where you can follow us and leave a review. Our thought to ponder today: never give up on a dream just because of the time it will take to accomplish it. The time will pass away.
Ooh. Don't talk about that stuff when I'm at my age.
I got to write a song about that.
Yeah, I know.
We're going to hear that. Yeah, I pulled that quote from Earl Nightingale because of the the people that we're going to interview, but it's about the person, Nikolai Tesla, and there's going to be an original rock opera performed called Light It Up at Delmar Hall on June the 20th. And in studio, we have Mark Rogers. He's a curator and mastermind of the Da Vinci Machines and Michelangelo exhibitions for North America, beginning his career at CBS Television Network, Television City, Hollywood, working in production on the network's #1 shows. His career has taken him from national sales director of a Fortune 500 company to an entrepreneurial start of a leading incentive travel company and real estate development corporation.
You know, I got to write all that down.
Yeah.
I have to remember all that.
I have to read it.
Man with many hats. Wow.
Okay.
It's a tough room today.
That sounds pretty good. I got to meet this guy sometime.
Yeah.
Tough room.
He's a writer, producer, and headliner of Da Vinci and Michelangelo, the Titans Experience theatrical production, which has more than 100 plus off-Broadway shows.
Yeah, we ran off Broadway for over 100 shows. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. And also in studio, we have Jason Nelson. And Jason is a noted local musician, Mark. He has performed and headlined with artists such as Sublime, Real Big Fish, Offspring, The Urge, Chuck Berry,
Oh, yeah.
Sugar Hill Gang, and Bobby Brown, to name a few. He leads the Jason Nelson Band, which is among the most respected and in-demand live performance groups in St. Louis. It's celebrated for their commanding stage presence, powerhouse vocals, we're going to hear in a moment, and electrifying musicianship. He's renowned for their top-tier tribute productions honoring Queen, Sting, and Talking Heads. And the band has earned a reputation for musical precision, dynamic energy, and unforgettable live entertainment. Gentlemen, welcome to St. Louis in Tune.
I wish I hadn't said that because I can't afford him now.
His feet just went up.
I shot the entire promotional budget there. I don't have any more money.
Yeah, okay. We can settle after the show now, Jason.
Yes, just a man.
What is going on here?
Well, to talk about Tesla Light It Up. It's TeslaLightItUp.com. When did that start?
Well, I'll tell you this. We have, my brother and I have produced the Da Vinci Machines exhibition that started over 10 years ago here in the United States. It was a traveling exhibition from Florence, Italy, and we brought it to most of the major cities in the United States. And during this time we were doing this, every time I had to go someplace, I had to bring 2 tractor trailer loads with me.
Wow.
So I said, this couldn't keep going. So I produced a theatrical show that we actually premiered down in Florida when the exhibition was there.
Okay.
We ended up being signed by Columbia Artists. We ran for 100 plus shows off Broadway. Last year, we did over 25 performances in 30 days in the UK. We traveled all over the UK.
Wow.
And the show was about, compared Da Vinci with Michelangelo. Most people didn't know about them, that they hated each other. They were contemporaries. They couldn't stand to be in the same room with each other. And I wanted to write another show. And I was looking for these 2 historical figures where I could set up this conflict between.
Right.
And I've always been a huge Tesla fan. And I wanted to set that between him and Edison. And to be honest with you, the more I looked into it, I got to be honest with you, this Edison, he was not a nice guy.
No, he was not.
He was
Oh,
not a nice guy.
Really?
And he treated Tesla absolutely terrible.
Right.
And the more I dissolved into him and into Tesla, I knew that I had to bring his story to light. It is the most incredible stories you have ever heard. This man was a genius. He lit up he everything. Every time you turn on a light switch, we owe it to him.
Talk about that AC/DC power thing between.
Well, that was that's the greatest story. That Edison, he actually worked for a short time over in Europe at the Edison Electric Company before he came over to the United States. And so Edison had what they call direct current, which was very cumbersome. They could only go so far,
Right.
and you'd have to put out these substations. Well, Tesla's idea was to have this alternating current, which is the current we use today now. And you could have one huge substation way out of way, and it could come in and bring it in, which is what we use. Well, anyway, his big happening was Tesla beat out Edison in for the 1893 World's Fair.
Right.
And that was a big conflict. And when Tesla got that bid, Edison was mad as can be. In fact, he was so mad he refused to sell Tesla and Westinghouse the light of his incandescent bulb that they needed to light up the Midway. They called the Court of Honor. So basically, overnight, Tesla and Westinghouse had to invent a new light bulb, and it was called the double stopper light bulb. It got him through the exhibition, but as we know, Tesla's incandescent bulb won out in the long run. But the interesting part about that story is Nikola Tesla himself was in Chicago on May 1st, 1893. And he personally threw the switch that lit up 200,000 light bulbs at once.
Wow.
They said it was the greatest display of lighting the history of the world had ever seen up until that point. Do you know who was in the crowd that night that witnessed this on the Midway in Chicago?
Oh, tell us.
His name was L. Frank Baum. I'm going to put you on the spot. Who was L. Frank
Oh,
Baum?
no,
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. He was very good. He won the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, wow.
And when he wrote the Wizard of Oz, he remembered that night, May 1st, 1893, when those 200,000 light bulbs lit up in front of him on the Midway, and that became his inspiration for the Emerald City.
Oh,
So we can
cut
say
this out now.
and we'll play that song later. We can say without fear of any reprisal that Nikola Tesla truly is the original Wizard of Oz. And that's one of the songs in the rock opera, the original. I am the original, the man behind the curtain, the electrical god. I am the original Wizard of
isn't
Oz.
that cool?
That is amazing. That is amazing. What a great story.
That is a wonderful
Yeah.
story.
Who knew? Did
Well,
you know?
It's good.
had
No, I didn't
idea.
know that.
No, I had no idea. I was a little sketchy on the guy with the Wizard of Oz, but now I know.
Oh, I know. I mean,
Yeah. Who knew that?
So,
You knew. How did you know that, Arnold?
Oh,
Okay.
I've read the Wizard of Oz book, and it's his author's name's at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. That's great. I love that. Okay.
And you know the best part about that story is the best part about the Wizard of Oz, with me in the song. It's in the public domain. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the public
Oh, there's
domain.
another. Yeah, great.
Follow
Okay.
Yellow Brick Road.
Let's see.
But I'm going to talk about this guy. How we met. Go ahead.
Yeah. What's your story, man? First of
So-
all, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then how you guys got connected together to do this.
We first met.
Well,
it
tell me
was-
about you. This is Mr. Entertainment. This is Mr. St. Louis.
Yeah, I was
He
reading
is
his.
the most incredible live performances here in St. Louis. He has. Tell me a little bit about your band. Tell us
Yeah.
about that.
So I've been performing in St. Louis in the music scene, clubs, venues, theaters for 35 years.
Wow.
St. Louis kid through and through, born here, grew up here.
We won't ask you where you went to high school.
No,
Oh, excellent.
it's going to come out sometime though. Right? But we, over the last 20 years, I have been kind of cover band, tribute band centric in my performances.
Mhm.
I still have an original music band,
Mhm.
Orange Tree, but I focus all of my kind of special event energy to these tribute shows. And Mark,
Which is actually how we met. We were about a year and a half ago. I was looking for something to do with my girlfriend for the night, and
Uh-huh.
it took me 4 years to write this rock opera, basically off and on for 4 years. And we were looking for something to do one night. We just obviously we want to support live music wherever we go, and so we're out there, and they said, "Well, we heard there's this great band that plays this Queen tribute, and it's out here in St. Charles someplace." We were out there close by, and we said, "Well, go check it out." It was this Queen tribute band at this venue. So we went in just like normal. We bought a ticket and we sat down, and the lights went down, and the music began to play. And Jason Nelson comes out as Freddie Mercury, and
Did he have the
absolutely.
unitard on?
Oh no! I had the.
Oh my gosh!
Have it.
Yeah.
Didn't wear it that night.
Wait,
He
get that
got that
audience
great
in
yellow
here.
jacket. And he comes out, and literally in the first 5 seconds, he blows the roof off the place. I'm sitting there stunned. My girlfriend's sitting there stunned, and we're looking at each other. And we go through about halfway through the show, and I looked over to her and I said, "Do you know who that guy is?" And she says, "I know exactly who he is." I said, "Well, who is he?" He goes, "He is your Nikola Tesla."
That's right.
And I said, "Yes."
Wow.
So we waited till the show ended, and he was walking around and signing autographs and talking to the people and everything. And we walked up to him, and I walked up and said, "Hey, Jason, my name's Mark Rogers. You don't know who I am. I'm this theater guy." And we were off Broadway with the show called Da Vinci Michelangelo and all this kind of little stuff. But I've been working on this rock opera for 4 years.
Oh yeah.
And I said, "I write all these songs, and I want you to be my Nikola Tesla." And without hearing the music, without hearing anything, what did you say?
I said, yes, absolutely.
So,
Wow.
yeah,
Let's
that's
do
how
it.
that's how we got
It has served me well over the years to never say no.
Because
So-
if you do,
You're done.
In this
that
town-
opportunity may never happen again.
It's always worked well for me. And
and his band.
The
Let's talk about his band.
story,
Yeah, the story.
just
Oh, yeah,
how
tell
we
about it.
met. It
See, actually, the show started out as a musical,
Mhm.
and I wanted to, but the cost of putting a musical is just astronomical, and you can lose millions overnight. And so I sent to a couple of my friends these songs out to the West Coast, and my really good friend works at CBS, my other works at Disney, and to name drop a little, and I sent it out, and my one friend from CBS coming back goes, "Hey, Mark, I really like these songs." I said, "Hey, well, thanks." And he said, "Hey, Mark, there's one little problem with this." I said, "What's the problem?" He says, "You're never going to make this into a musical. You know that, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I know. You need millions to put on a musical." He said, "But each one of these songs are standalone." He says, "You know what you have here?" I said, "Well, you have a rock opera."
Kind
I
of like
said,
Tommy.
"What?" Yeah.
Right.
He said, "Make it into a rock opera." I said, the young people, do they know what a rock opera is? I said, "Well, you're going to tell them
That's
what
right.
it is."
That's right.
And so that's how this all came through. And he says, "You know every musician in St. Louis?" I said, "I do." But when I showed up and I went in and Jason was like my knight in shining armor. I showed him, he has the entire band. Tell us a little about your band.
Alonzo Jameson on drums, Steve Johnston on guitar.
He is the guitar god in St. Louis.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
Charlie Brown on keys, piano, Stacy Rios on cello and vocal, Mark Hochberg on violin. Lastly, the bass player Richard Mendoza. The background of each of these players, we all have 5 or 6 respective projects,
Right.
different bands, and bringing them all together and focusing on this material, we're buzzing. We're like,
Yeah.
this is very, very
They-
special.
They put out a wall of sound.
Yeah,
It is
something else.
immersive.
How long have you guys been playing together?
The Jason Nelson Band has been an ensemble for 15 years.
Seriously, wow.
And over that time period, we've all done spin-off shows and side projects
Mhm.
like the Queen tribute, Somebody to Love,
Mhm.
a Peter Gabriel Sting tribute.
Oh, I love Peter Gabriel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now you sound like you have more of a baritone voice, but if you're going to sing Freddie Mercury, you better be a high tenor.
There are things that I can do with my voice that
Are amazing.
a 52-year-old, it is a challenge, I'll say. But
No,
I've been
it's
doing
not.
it for 35 years.
Well, see, and the voice gets better as you get older.
I agree.
I agree.
I think humbly that I sound better now than I did when I was 20.
Right.
And the
right.
neat spot in the rock opera, we cover a lot of different genres of music.
Oh yeah.
We have rock, as you see in a minute. We have Broadway rock. We've got country. We've got jazz. We've got something in there that you want. But the neat part about it also is with our Da Vinci Michelangelo show, through that, it's a 2-hour show, and we go through 146 different pieces of media during that show on a large screen behind us.
Wow.
So we have had that locked in. So we have cinematic videos, storytelling videos that are going to be playing behind him. And on our website, TeslaLightedUp.com, you can see Colorado Cosmic Cowboy.
Right.
So you see the quality of what it is.
Yeah.
But we're not have the music with him. We're going to have this huge cinematic storytelling going on at the same time behind Jason.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is Arnold Strick with Mark Langston of St. Louis in Tune. We're talking about Tesla Lighted Up and TeslaLightedUp.com. You can check that out and get some tickets there. It's going to be at the Del Mar Hall on June the 20th, the world premiere. And Mark Rogers and Jason Nelson are here. Mark, we want to play a cut. Which one should we play first here?
Well, I'd start out with that, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, if you got that. You got The Wonderful Wizard of Oz?
Okay.
I mean, I'm the original Wizard of Oz. Do that one.
Is that let me see. Is that the one we talked about, hiding inside my mind?
No, that's the one. Yeah, this one's
let's see. I'm looking.
While Mark's looking at that,
Hands on those buzzers.
hold on one
please.
second.
there you go. Yes, hands on those buzzers. That's right.
No, sorry.
Okay, hold on one
Mark,
second.
you've got a degree in poli-science. How did you come about becoming this composer? Where does that come
well,
from?
I did this my whole life. I've been playing guitars my whole life. I mean, we were all transformed the night the Beatles were on that Sullivan show,
Right.
And I told my dad, I said, Dad, I want to learn how to play the guitar. He goes, oh, you don't want to do that. I said, when he shows it, it goes out. He says, I got a musical instrument for it. And he shows up 2 days later with an accordion. I go, Dad, I don't want to learn to play the accordion. I want to learn how to play the guitar.
Yeah.
Right. Accordion's not a chick magnet, according to
right.
Mark.
I know.
Get more
You
chicks
play
with
the
a
guitar, Mark?
I did, but piano knocker. Get more chicks with a guitar.
That's right. You're not going to get Nicole Kidman with an accordion.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, not going to work.
Unless
It's not gonna work.
No,
you're weird
at
Al.
all.
So
I know
my,
Keith
my
Urban,
brother
too.
and I've been playing the guitar our whole life.
I
We
know.
attended Berkeley College.
Oh,
up in-
okay.
in Boston.
Boston, yeah.
And so I play the guitar and piano.
Okay.
It's been my whole life.
That wasn't in your background. All I saw was your degree in poli-sci.
Yeah.
You know, well,
Now you're hiding that one.
Well, let's show that one day.
So what is the name of the Wizard of Oz song?
I am the original Wizard of Oz.
I am the original. Why don't I?
I
find
sent
that?
you a cut of that, only a partial cut.
Okay, here we go.
Is that it?
Oh, that's our main thing. Play that one.
You wanna
That's
play-
the good one.
should we play that?
Yeah, play that one.
Well, I have this. I have two others here. This one here.
Yeah, it should be marked, The Wizard of Oz.
I don't see it says marked. That's where I'm having. That's why I'm struggling,
Oh,
folks.
okay.
I know. So we'll figure this out. I know we will.
Just
Let's
play.
think about it a minute. All right, we have some thinking music on now.
That's right. We're getting into Final Jeopardy.
No, that's not it. This,
Go to Colorado. Do Colorado Cosmic.
are you,
That's
it's
fine.
got to be the last one here that
Go
I'm
for
trying to go. I'm going to try this one. One more.
Waiting for the sun.
No, that's not it
That's
either.
not either.
That's not.
But you're going through all the hits, though.
I know. Well, we're going to get to all those
You're
hits
cranking
too.
through them.
We're going to get all those hits
Just
too.
play one. We'll be good.
Just play one.
Okay, here we go.
This is our main theme. See, Nikola Tesla thought that he was actually wired to Mount Olympus. And he thought Mount Olympus was sending him messages
Wow.
that came of all of his inventions. And he was a little kid, he would have yeah, listen to that.
Are all in the public domain, and unlimited repertoire plays in my brain. Harnessing the sun can't be that
When Nikola Tesla was a young kid, he would have these hallucinations in his head, and he thought he was actually sick. He thought it was an affliction, and he would wave his hands in front of his eyes to see what was real, or if his mind was adrift. And we figured out what he thought was an affliction actually turned out to be a gift. And he was actually receiving all this information from Mount Olympus for all these inventions that he ended up inventing.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Get the Zeus lightning bolt there.
That I like that. Okay. Okay.
That's crazy.
Want to hear another one?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Here we go.
Waiting for the sun to rise.
Beautiful song.
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
So this is it. Okay, he's addressing the crowd at the opening of the World's Fair. Let's listen to this in a second. He's talking to him. You can tell him what he's going to do.
Of an emerald city, Seth has been dealt the fatal blow. Fountain shooting skyward as cannons sound. The first American automobile, George Ferris's new spinning wheel. Electric sun will rise at night, illuminating the Champs-Élysées. The streets of Rome, Piccadilly Square, the lights on Broadway, beckoning Dorothy, Tin Man, Lion and Scarecrow to the end of the yellow brick road. The Merlin behind the curtain, the electrical god.
Wow.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
That-
I am the original Wizard of Oz.
Wow. I was getting chills.
That's wonderful music. Did you and your brother do the lyrics to the libretto?
Oh my God, yes. We
Okay.
did everything. We did everything. Wrote the song.
Did he do music also? Or was
Oh yeah,
he
we were
the
both. When we got out of college, we both graduated from St. Louis U. We went out to college to get a record deal, to try to get a record deal. We were the Beatles. Did you ever heard of us? No, we were the Beatles. We weren't those.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you went out there, and we ended up we both ended up getting jobs at CBS Television City, and we got as production assistants.
Okay.
So we went out there, and that's how kind of how we got. We worked on the Cher Show. We worked on Tony Orlando and Dawn, all the family, Good Times, Maude,
Wow.
Cher. So we had a great good time out there, and then we had a good time out there.
Jason doesn't know anything you're talking about.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Tony Orlando and Don.
What a storied past and career.
Yeah.
I learn more and more about Mark. It's intriguing to me.
What's been the draw for you on this?
I think the vocal challenge for me, I'm going to be bringing a lot of talent to bear,
Mhm.
and the vocal range of this show is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You're going to get an estimated hour and a half of just amazing powerhouse music. Yeah.
And there's no intermission.
Like you were saying, Mark, you get the feels when
Right.
you listen to this.
Right.
And I live for when people hear it for the first time and they're like,
Wow.
Yeah, that's when I heard that.
It was just
That's why I
wow.
recorded that and sent that to you. I was like, "Holy smokes,
And-
this is
It's
really
unbelievable.
good."
And all the music is on our website. Go to TeslaLightItUp.com. We have links to every one of all the streaming services.
Right.
You can listen to all the songs. We want you familiar with the songs when
It's
they
a
get
great
there.
idea.
But the coolest thing, I know you wanted to ask me this about what I found out about Tesla during my studies. I've read about
That's
20.
one of my questions.
Yeah, I've read about 20 books on him. But the thing that actually drew me into that made me even more excited about it was the man behind the curtain was really his mother. His mother was the genius, and Tesla credited his mother with everything toward the end of his life.
Hmm.
His mother was Georgina Duca Tesla. She was herself an inventor. She invented farm implements. She invented stuff around the house to make life easier. She had a memory that she could everything that at the time was where you grew up was none of it was written down. It was all passed down verbally.
Right.
And her mother could actually read a poem and recite it word for word right after she read it. She could affix it to memory. She was absolutely incredible. The song they wrote that she was truly the hand that rocked the cradle, and that's Stacy Rios, she's going to lead us off.
Yeah.
And the first one of our songs
Starts the show.
Yeah, is Born Tesla.
So you go. The opera starts at his
birth.
Okay, and you go all the way to his death.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he at the end of he was born. The crazy part about it is he was born during a lightning storm at midnight, and it was a very scary situation. And the midwife that delivered him looked over to his mother. She said, "Oh my God," she says, "this is a bad omen. He's going to be a child of the storm." And his mother cut him off. She said, "Oh no," he goes, "He's going to be a child of light."
Yeah.
And that was the beginning of what he did. And she taught him everything that she knew. That she gave him all the inspiration. She gave him all the inventive power. So she is truly the hand that rocked the cradle.
Wow.
Wow is right. Does Elon Musk know about any of this?
I've been tagging him.
Have you?
I've been tagging him on my Twitter account. So I'm told because they say he reads it.
Yeah.
They said he reads his Twitter
I
account.
have to send him the podcast.
Really?
I know. So that'd be great if we get him to show.
So
up.
does the end of the show like you get to like a Tesla car or something?
Well,
like that?
actually, that's gonna. Tesla actually has nothing to do with that car. Tesla actually had nothing to do with that car.
Except his name.
But at the end, yeah, except the name, right? Because it was electric, they used electric.
Right.
And well, anyway, the end of the show is, but you got to come and see it. Is he had one incredible? He hated war, Nicholas, and he had this one huge invention that I'll tell you the conspiracy theory about that too. And he called it Teleforce Ray, and he was going to give away this free technology to every country in the world to end wars, that nobody could shoot down any incoming plane, any bombs again, and he called it the Teleforce Ray. And he was supposed to present this to FDR at the White House the next day, and it was going to end war forever. And he died that night
in New York City in his apartment.
Yep.
And the FBI came in and
Right.
cleaned out his apartment
Yes.
of all of his papers.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
No.
They did. Absolutely.
What
They did.
is
Yes.
going
They
on
even
here?
learned something.
And
Oh.
absolutely. And you can believe this. You want to go there? The head, it wasn't called the CIA. It was something else. It was the name was like investigation thing. It was the thing prior to the CIA or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
And you know who confiscated all of his books? Who was the head of it? Is John Trump. It was. I'm not joking.
Interesting.
It was Donald Trump's great uncle who was head of that, and he actually came up and took all for the CIA at the time. It was a different name, but he actually took all of his writings.
You need that pum 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 pum. Yeah. Twilight Zone.
So that's the conspiracy
Nothing is
theory on
right
when
here
on the
today.
night he died.
Wow. Yeah,
That's-
I've read some stuff on him that and he was really he kind of went into himself. He was, was he the one
yeah,
that
yeah, look for that. It's called Presence. I'll tell you the story about Presence.
Okay.
When he never married,
right?
and the woman that he was in love with was actually his best friend's wife. It was a platonic thing. Yeah, play this. It was a platonic thing, but she loved him and she loved him. But her husband loved Tesla too. They loved him. Anyway, this is my favorite song in the whole show.
Traveling across the sky.
So anyway, the night that she died, a white dove appeared on the balcony of room 3327 at the New Yorker, and he believed that was her coming in to check on him. He came in to check on him, and he said that he had total communication with that dove. And so right this. Listen to the second. Let's listen to the second. and she would come visit him every night
Room 3033
at the New Yorker.
high above the roar of Manhattan.
Now listen to this for a second. Let's get to the chorus.
Yet I am frightened to the bone.
You spent your life in electric dreams.
The secret of invention is be alone. Wherever we are together is where we reside. Home is not a place, it's a presence we find. When the last words are spoken, when the story is written, the greatest gift ever envisioned is the power to return the love. The love that we've been given.
You come by the Delmore Hall on June 20th, and you're to hear Jason Nelson and Stacey Rios sing this live, buddy. And we have electric guitars, we've got electric cellos, we have electric violins, and we are going to blow the roof off of Delmore Hall.
Okay.
And get ready for this. And go to our, once again, go to our website. Go to TeslaLightUp.com. We have a link to all the songs. Listen to all the songs. Each one has something different. Each one has something that moves the storyline of this incredible man's life along.
And you can go there and get tickets. Sign up
Go
for
there,
tickets, folks.
Right. Oh, also, you know, this is a big deal nowadays. If you go by Delmore Hall on Tuesdays and Fridays, or an hour before each one of their shows, you can save the ticket fee.
Oh,
You go down there, you can save the ticket fee and pay with cash, and those ticket fees are kind of a little outrageous nowadays.
Yeah.
So you can save a little bit on the you save almost $10 a ticket
wow.
on the fee. So if you go by Delmore Hall directly or before one of their shows, you can buy it right at Delmore Hall.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we're going to take a brief break.
Okay. I'm not ready, but we'll do. Yeah, let's do it.
And we're going to learn more about Nikolai Tesla Light It Up, the world premiere of the rock opera, TeslaLightItUp.com. This is Arnold Stricker with Mark Langston of St. Louis in Tune. Don't go away. As strange as it may sound, at Better Rate Mortgage, we love talking to people about mortgages. Everyone in St. Louis promises a better mortgage rate, but what you really need to turn that perfect house into your dream home is a better mortgage. At Better Rate Mortgage, we open the door to so much more. So where are you in the home buying process? Researching? Maybe wondering how much you can afford? House hunting? Get a pre-approval from Better Rate Mortgage. Ready to buy? Our team is ready to make your mortgage process fast and easy. Whether you're purchasing your first home or taking cash out to make your dream home even dreamier, our door is open. Come on in and get started today. We'll show you how. Call Sean directly at 314-375-3293 or online at betterratemortgage.com. Remember, at Better Rate Mortgage, a better rate is just the beginning. betterratemortgage.com. NMLS ID 401335, an equal housing lender.
Yeah, the main thing I really want to do, and like I said, the only thing we have to do is
Welcome back to St. Louis in Tune. This is Arnold Stricker with Mark Langston. We have Mark Rogers here, composer, creator of the new world premiere rock opera on Nikolai Tesla, Light It Up. And Jason Nelson, who is a local aficionado in the music industry. And
Mr. Entertainment St. Louis.
There you go, Mr. Entertainment St. Louis. He leads the Jason Nelson Band. And we've been talking about Tesla. And Mark, you mentioned that there's a St. Louis connection or a St. Louis story there.
Absolutely. Tesla always needed money. He always needed money. He always got him. He always needed to take him on to the next project. And the neatest thing about Nikola Tesla was unfortunately, he never really locked down his ideas. He let people steal his ideas, and they made billion-dollar corporations out of it. And he didn't get a penny for it, which was really kind of sad. He could have locked down. He died virtually
Right.
penniless. But Nikola always needed money, and he always needed. And he created a road show. I'm not joking. Where he would actually go around and perform in a road show, and he had cork shoes on. And he would walk out and he would perform experiments on stage, and he would have lights going. I mean, electric going through him and out of him, and the lights were coming. I'm not joking, and lightning coming out of his eyes and all this kind of stuff. And he would run around the country and did it. Well, anyway, he did his show right here in St. Louis at the St. Louis Exhibition Hall, which they tore down, is now the St. Louis Public Library. And he did it,
Wow.
and the crowd went nuts.
Wow.
They went, at the end of the night, he was a very internal man. He's kind of a quiet guy. And he went out in the lobby to greet everybody after the show, and everybody just wanted to touch him. And he was literally mobbed.
Wow.
And literally mobbed. Anyway, it freaked him out. And that was the last show he ever did. So the last road show that Tesla ever did was right here in St. Louis.
Wow. And what year roughly was
It
that?
would have been like in the
We won't
end
hold
of the
you to it.
20s.
Okay.
Or the beginning of the 30s.
Okay.
End of the
Okay.
20s, the beginning of the 30s.
Wow.
But the thing about like the one we'll play in a minute, the one of the shows, because we have a lot of fun songs in the show.
Right.
And one of it's called Dinner. He used to go to every night in New York. He would eat at Delmonico's
Delmonico's.
in New York. And Mark Twain would meet him there.
Right.
He was huge friends with with musicians. And then kind of the news, it's just like the history nerd comes out in me. And I go, well, what if I found this, well, Delmonico's, they actually, that restaurant invented lobster thermidor, and they invented baked Alaska,
Oh.
and chicken a la king. But the funny story about chicken a la king, want to hear a funny story about chicken a la king?
Yes.
I got more stories.
Got a million of
Yeah,
them.
chicken a la king was actually named after a very wealthy polo player in New York. And his last name was Keeme, Keeme. And he was a big, he came to eat at Delmonico's every night. And so the owner of Delmonico's made this dish for him, just for him. And it was called chicken a la Keeme, Keem.
Oh.
So then, but outside of New York, it became very popular, as you know, chicken a la King. And that's what the name of it. But the actual name of it was named after the famous polo player that came to Delmonico's every night. Now, is that as nerd as you can get?
Wow.
And so I wrote a song
That's
about
crazy.
it. So we're talking about
Why
dinner at Delmonico's.
Speaking of Delmonico's, I have this. This is mental floss on Tesla. He ate at the same table at Delmonico's.
Absolutely.
And later at the Waldorf Astoria, he had an all-consuming fear of germs and required a stack of 18 napkins.
Yes.
Didn't want
Wow.
anybody to touch his hair, and he would develop a fit at the sight of pearls for some reason.
Yeah, and he had he believed the numbers 3, 6, and 9 ruled the universe. Whenever he walked around, went into a building. I couldn't do that this morning, but he walked around it 3 times. I walked around your building 3 times before you. No, you walked around it 3 times
Wow.
before you would even go in. And then when Wardenclyffe, get Wardenclyffe, but Wardenclyffe was going to deliver free electric to the world, free energy to the world. And J.P. Morgan at that time was supporting him. And J.P. Morgan came out to Wardenclyffe to see how this project was coming along. And he had this huge 157-foot tower
Right.
that was built in Wardenclyffe. And J.P. Morgan walked up to me, said, Tesla, he says, hey, where's the meter on this thing? And Tesla
Is
said,
that
well,
Wardenclyffe?
yeah. He goes, yeah. They go, there is no meter. It's free electric. And he cut him off immediately. He cut all of his funding. And an impassioned letter Tesla wrote to J.P. Morgan and telling him not to cut him off. And he said, a great idea. It comes at a great idea is one thing, but one that comes at the right time is another. And I thought, oh, what a great idea. So I wrote that into a song. But listen to this a minute.
Transforming Wardenclyffe's farmer's field,
Yeah, turn this up, Eddie.
where the next wonder of the world will be found. A wireless system for communication and power. A grand vision, a 187-foot wooden tower. A 55-ton steel sphere on top, covered with a thin layer of copper. A shaft with 16 iron pipes, driven 100 feet into the ground.
I made it into a song, buddy.
Currents, vibrations will seize hold of the earth.
Listen to the cars coming up.
An endless river, Wardenclyffe will deliver. The planet itself will begin to quiver.
Here it comes.
No mortal or deity ever imagined or asked. Never undertook such a Herculean task. A worldwide freedom distribution of energy, connecting all the corners of the globe, wherever you may be. Whoa, no more
Yeah, buddy. Come by Delmar Hall. June 20th, buddy. I cannot wait to hear this live.
Jason, when did you get the music, and how long did it take for you and the band to kind of get it to the performance level?
This started matriculating in 2 months ago.
Yeah, about 2 months ago.
2 months.
Wow.
And we are woodshedding right now, each individual member, and then as an ensemble.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be in rehearsals for the next 3 months. Yeah.
I was going to say, how frequently do you get together to practice?
Every 7 days. So how that works out with our schedules.
So you kind of work on one song at a time, or work on a couple songs at a
We
time?
do
Or
blocks of 4.
okay.
So
And how many songs are there total?
13.
Okay. All right. And then you kind of talk about staging and
That's the wonderful aspect of the rock opera that Mark has afforded the band to focus on just playing the music. I will do some stage blocking and movement, but
Okay.
the band's just going to focus on rocking.
Okay. Are you
Yeah.
changing outfits too?
I very well may.
We're working on outfits now. We're working on outfits. We're working on outfits now.
It's like
The
one,
conversation started.
like
yeah.
like one, like a unitard with a lightning bolt on the
That's
front
right.
or something like that.
It's not
I love it.
inconceivable.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
Love it.
Now, who is singing what we just heard?
A studio
Okay.
a studio musician that I have.
I thought that was Jason and the crew.
Or no, we're gonna come up with our own cast album.
Okay.
So we're gonna get this. We're gonna get a few of the shows underneath our belt, and then we're gonna come up with our own cast album.
Okay. So the plan is to do this at Delmar Hall
Yes.
on a world premiere.
Yes.
And is there going to be multiple shows
Oh my God,
there,
yes.
or how's this
Well,
how's this working?
You know, I'm thinking big, and we
Okay.
already have shows booked for the fall.
Okay.
Our one agent already has us booked in Las Vegas.
Wow.
How cool is that going to be?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
my thing, I want to get.
You want to get in the Sphere?
I
was
know.
gonna say.
You took the words out of my mouth. Can you imagine this show at the
Oh, yeah.
Sphere?
That would be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
now he just Jason was just out there and he saw the Wizard of Oz.
Really?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
I bet.
Have
Yeah,
you heard about this production?
I heard about it being out there at the Sphere. Yeah. How was it?
It is.
I'm sure it
the
was
Sphere
remarkable.
is like the Grand Canyon. It
Mm.
does not disappoint. You walk in from the lobby area into this massive auditorium. It's 10 stories tall.
Wow.
And the production of the Wizard of Oz, how they've manipulated the scenes and created special lighting, and they drop these paper leaves from the ceiling. They drop apples. The
Oh,
wind,
it's amazing.
it's amazing.
They spent.
Wow.
I read an article on it. I thought it was low. They the Sphere paid for that because nobody could afford to put that on, and the Sphere paid to get the Sphere up and going.
Right.
They spent close to $100 million in that production. $100 million just to get to the Sphere, and they said they've already made $1 billion back.
Oh, I
So
believe it.
they already made it back. They said they have them lined up, but I cannot wait. My agent out there is already getting in contact with them at the Sphere. I cannot imagine. Can you imagine Nikola Tesla and light it up at the Sphere? That'd be
crazy.
there'd be one problem is, the only problem out there would be we'd open, but we'd never close. That would be the problem.
which he loves. Yeah, you need the ching.
It's warm all year
Well,
round.
I have personal goals. I look forward to doing this show in the Northeast, in New York. I look forward to doing it in Los Angeles on the coasts.
It has worldwide appeal. I mean, people,
Yeah.
and people don't know exactly. I mean, when you talk about Nikola Tesla, just for a minute, he invented neon lights, he invented X-ray, he invented radar, he invented radar control.
Yeah.
He invented. We would have had If it would let him go, we'd have free electric for the
Right.
entire world if
Right.
it would let him go. And in fact, Finland just announced. Did you see that? They just transmitted
Yeah.
electric.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Through the air.
yeah, through the air.
Wow.
They just so and so it's an amazing thing. But to bring this man to life and to tell and to tell his story, and there's going to be. Well, I want Nando, when you leave that show, I want you out there. You're going to be humming every one of the songs.
Oh yeah.
But you're going to say when you look at that light bulb and that street lamp, when you leave Delmar Hall, you're going to see light in a different way.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, Mark, that's the beauty of listening to this music. Just like he said, you know, you will go out humming or whistling or waking up in the middle of the night when the tune's running through your head. But how many people don't know all the details about Tesla? They just know the car.
Yeah.
They maybe know he
Which
was some
is
kind of
not-
obscure guy that dealt with electricity, but
No,
they don't
he
know
was the
all
guy.
of the things that you're going to present in the rock opera.
Yeah. When the history of the world is written, it's going to go down that Nikola Tesla was the Leonardo da Vinci of the 20th century.
I agree with that.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
Right.
I think Mark and Jason will have a spot there too. You guys will be a footnote.
Preach.
I think you're gonna.
Don't forget us when
I
you
think-
get to the big
Oh,
time.
No kidding. No, I really
Thank
think you're on to something here. You really are.
Oh my.
The other one, Leslie, if you got to pull up the real quick, is Peace. Have you got Peace there?
Peace.
Yeah.
Let me find it.
I'll just play that one. Play
Oh,
that. That's our big one. That's our main
Oh,
number.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Just
I already got Peace coming up.
Oh, this is his big gift to the world.
Mm.
And I wrote this from the point of him walking out and talking to the audience. So let's listen to this a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to this moment, the consequence of my birth, to reveal my invention of inventions, the reason I was placed here on earth. Imagine a particle beam so powerful, an instrument capable of projecting a focus stream of energy across the sky, unimaginable until today. Not a weapon of aggression, but protection, an invisible shield, a teleforce ray, a wall of power, a single beam, a spear of light. A sentinel soldier standing guard through the endless night. The thunder of guns will be silenced. The tears of our mothers will cease. We will emerge from the bonds, the shackles, the chains of war. War will become obsolete. I love you all so much. Peace.
Yeah. I cannot wait to hear that line. And where do you see the video that goes along with this? That goes behind Jason.
Man.
It's going to be immersive.
You know, the more you talk about this,
I know.
the more questions pop in my mind.
Oh my gosh.
You know, so where'd you get the footage, and how did you? Maybe it's all in public domain, but
I
how
don't
did you
know
like? But this is part of composing and
Oh, the
producing, and,
lyrics and
like
the
putting
arranging.
stuff together like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
No, I hired a media guy to do that for me. He's putting it all together. He's putting all the images together.
But you had the vision for what you kind of wanted,
Oh,
though,
of
right?
course, yeah.
Yeah.
I tell him. I tell him.
Find me something about
Do it
Tesla
this
doing
way.
this.
No,
or-
do this. I give him very specific notes. I tell him I want this when he goes out. This. I tell him the story of the song. I want to incorporate. I want to follow along the storyline of the song. But obviously the chorus, you want, a single beam, a spear of light, a sentinel guard standing guard through the endless night. I mean, I want all these images to reflect not only the power of the song, but the power of Tesla and the power of his ideas. I mean, that's what I want that to be. I want you to get hit across the head with that.
You know, it's just not the music; it's the lyrics. You're getting educated in a rock opera.
Right.
Thank you so much for saying it. He said, and I didn't bring that up. I didn't say that. I forgot to say that. Like on the one, he wrote this impassioned letter to J.P. Morgan not to cut him off. And he said, to have a great idea is one thing, but to have it at the right time is another. And I thought, what a great line that is, you know? And so I put it was 3, and then I combined it with 369. I said 369, living life by the numbers. To have a great result is one thing, to have it at the right time is another.
Well, I think this rock opera, Mark, is
Oh,
at
my.
the right time.
Just, just like Tesla said.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's amazing. The lyrics, you did all these lyrics?
Of course, you would believe it.
And
You
the
would have all laid-
arranging of everything?
I did.
This is crazy.
I laid, you should see my bed. You see my bed. I had all laid out in my bed. I had 40 different. I kept all the note sheets from the office. I kept all the notes to the songs, but I had it all laid out on my bed at night. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and go, "Oh, this one goes here, and this one goes here."
See, yeah,
Put them all together, and I just had to immerse myself. Jason kept calling me. He goes, "Hey, Mark, we need the final songs." You know, this was a couple months ago. I said, "Hey, I'm still writing them. I'm still writing them." So he came in.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to go back to when you were out there doing that show, and he came up to you and said, "You know, this is who I am. This is who I am." And you, will you do this? And you go, "Yeah." So what transpired
I've
after
been
that?
Where he was.
Okay.
I've approached people, being kind of the dreamer to make something happen. I'll be damned if I wasn't going to buy in
Right.
and be like, yeah, this guy's, he's onto something. I didn't know him like I know him now, but there was something that immediately lit my brain on fire.
So right after that, when was the next meeting that he goes like, these are some songs I've got, and you were like, did you listen to something? Did he play something for you, or how did
I sent him over? I sent him over the MP3s and said, "Hey, take a look at this."
and you were like,
and I thought,
whoa,
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God, what is he going to say? I hope he likes it. I hope he likes it. And he comes back and oh my God, he goes, "This is great."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So,
And
right.
in the world that we move in, if something's not quite right, you tweak it.
right.
Right.
You know, and I had that wherewithal to know after I listened, I was like, there's not a lot that we're going to need to do.
Right.
We're just going to channel it.
That's
Right.
fantastic.
And
Yeah.
the band when they first heard it,
Oh, they're like, oh, again, we're buzzing because when we take it to the stage, what you hear is going to be 10 times amped.
I know.
I
It's,
can't
It's
wait.
like so much energy.
Yeah.
Everybody in the ensemble's like, yeah, man.
now let me ask you
Wow.
a real personal question on this. You hear music throughout your career. I'm not going to ask you who you listen to, but when you hear something and you know something like, this is golden,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
what you got.
Of course, like I said earlier, when I listen to these songs, something goes up your spine. You get the tingle, you
Yep.
get the feels.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
And being a part of that,
Yeah.
being able to perform these songs and have people react like I know they're going to,
Yeah.
that's everything.
Mark, I got to tell you, that's rare these days.
It
It's
really
rare
is.
in general, but it's rare these days. And to have somebody of his caliber with his band
Yeah.
performing this, it's going to literally blow the roof off the top of the place.
yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
it
And,
is.
you know, toward kind of wrap it up a little. Toward the end of Tesla's life, he got kind of embittered, and because everybody sold his idea, and he had no money at all. And one of the greatest lines he said, which I thought brought me to tears, and he said, he goes, "I don't care that they stole my ideas. I care that they had none of their own."
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, and that's
And-
right. Wow.
And
Wow.
that
That's
is
deep.
And
That's
I wrote
deep.
this song, the one song, I know you can pull up real quick.
Which one?
The one "Standing on My Grave." So it kind of, and I thought at the end of his life, everything they said about him, he had people that hated him, people that loved him, people that, and I thought, if he had a wish, what would he want? And he goes, at one time he said, "I just wish somebody would walk up to me on the street and say thanks."
Mm.
And Joshua, and I thought, what do you want? And so on standing on my grave, I thought, wouldn't that be a cool idea? We would all wish if we could come back in the future and to be reincarnated as an old friend of the deceased that nobody knows, and just come back and check out and see what people saying about you.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
listen to songs.
Imagine a
Listen to
day
songs
like
for a second.
any other. The sunrise a muted red. The only difference from yesterday is I'll be dead. Pallbearers, priests, hearse in processions, coffin and candles, no more earthly possessions. What all this means, can't figure this funeral thing out. You'd think we'd have it down a little better by now. Praised and criticized by friend and foe, even from people I've never known. I don't care that they stole my ideas. I care they have none of their own. Wizard or warlock, knight or knave, wonder what they'll say standing on my grave. Wizard or warlock, knight or knave, wonder what they'll say standing on my grave.
Don't we all wish that?
I'll be
Well, here,
reincarnated as a
He'll be
stranger,
reincarnated as a stranger.
an old friend of the deceased, to pay my final respects to myself in hopes I can somehow now rest in peace. The last rites are about to begin. Wonder, is there an afterlife, or is this really the end? No immediate family, no next of kin. My inventions, my offspring are my children.
Show up June 20th.
June 20th at Del Mar Hall. Light it up. Nikolai Tesla, TeslaLightItUp.com. Mark and Jason, thanks for coming in today. Wow.
Thank you so
What a-
much for having
What
us.
a great time.
This
What-
is so
marvelous.
much. You and Mark have been
No,
absolutely
thank you.
fantastic to us.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you
We
so much.
appreciate your time.
Good luck, Jason, jumping on that
Thank you.
train that's going 100 miles an hour.
Exactly. Hold on, baby.
Really, it's gonna. This is great, Mark. Congratulations.
Well, thank
I
you,
mean, you've
Mark.
really contributed, I think, to the whole industry, the music industry.
Oh my God, thank you so
and
much.
I mean that sincerely.
But
Congratulations.
I can't wait for you
Thank
to come
you.
by. I can go to our website, TeslaLightItUp.com, check out the songs, learn this by heart, and come out and we'll sing along live with Jason.
Yeah, I was going to
on
say it'll be a
20th.
sing-along time.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, Mark. Oh, that's all for this hour. Man, you got to listen to this one again, folks. Thanks for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, you can listen to additional shows or this one again at stlintune.com, where you can follow us and leave a comment. Thanks to Bob Berthasell for our theme music, our sponsor, Better Rate Mortgage, our guests, Mark Rogers and Jason Nelson, and our co-host, Mark Langston. We thank you for being a part of our community of curious minds. St. Louis In Tune is a production of Motif Media Group and the U.S. Radio Network. Remember to keep seeking, keep learning, walk worthy, and let your light shine. For St. Louis In Tune, I'm Arnold Stricker.